In our Beef Today report, cattle prices continue to climb on support in the cash market and strengthening wholesale beef prices. On the Chicago Board of Trade, October live cattle, they came in about $120 per hundred. October feeder cattle were more than $1 higher at the $136 range. Cattle on the hoof brought between $116 to $118 a pound at auctions in the Southern Plains. Dried distillers grains, or DDGs, the byproduct of ethanol, has become a big feed source for American livestock. Researchers from the Agricultural Research Service say they found a better way to dry down that product. Using a commercial enzyme in the first step of the drying process reduced moisture content by 14%. The researchers say adding the enzyme could drop water use by 10% and natural gas consumption by a whopping 12%. Also from the ARS, this time in Clay Center, Nebraska, scientists say they've discovered a genetic link between 3 of the most costly cattle diseases in the industry. Foot rot, pink eye, and bovine respiratory disease all appear on chromosome 20. Scientists say identifying the genetic markers may one day help produce cattle with increased disease tolerance. Bovine respiratory disease accounts for 75% of all feedlot illnesses. And in Tennessee, entomologists are looking to stop the spread of pink eye by stopping the flies that spread it. That's just one of many serious health problems caused by insects and flies. Chuck Denny from the UT Institute of Agriculture shows us a program meant to reduce the impact of insects.
Late summer heat is miserable enough, but add to it crawling pesky flies and cattle have it rough. Flies also make things difficult for the farmers who raise these animals.
That's probably the #1 call that I as a county agent get every spring is what kind of fly tags do we recommend.
Loudoun County UT Extension Director John Goddard leads a research project looking at the effectiveness of fly tags to keep these insects away. As a cow moves or flaps its ears, the tag releases an insecticide around the face. Flies aren't just annoying to cattle. The insects can cause eye diseases and greatly impact the health and weight of an animal. It's impossible to eliminate all flies, but the goal here is to really reduce their numbers. This project looks at 2 kinds of insects: horn flies, which are bloodsuckers, and face flies that can spread pink eye among cattle.
Well, it can cause a cow to go blind or a calf to go blind, and when they're blind they're going to eat less, they're going to be less productive, they're going to gain less weight.
Goddard enlisted the help of an agriculture class at Loudoun High School here. Students monitored the flies on cattle and saw a noticeable decrease in their numbers regardless of which brand of tag was used.
Whenever we first put them on there's a bunch of flies on them, and every time that I went after that we put the fly tags on, there hadn't been too many flies.
So the ear tag has been a real good instrument in helping control these flies.
UT entomologist Dr. Gene Burgess says flies actually develop a tolerance or resistance to certain insecticides over time. That's why this project is so important, to find the best tags to protect Tennessee's #1 ag commodity.
And this could average out anywhere from, say, $90 to $950 per head extra. So it can be very beneficial, but it's extremely important that they're used correctly.
Results from this project will be sent to UT's animal science and entomology departments. Flies and cattle have never been a good mix, and now there's increasing information about how to separate the two. This is Chuck Denny reporting.
Thanks, Chuck. He says these ear tags typically cost about $2 each, but UT experts say the investment is worth it. You can get many more updates on the beef industry, including market and production information from our partners over at beeftoday.com.